Is your key hard to take out of your Porsche Boxster? I'll show you how to fix that. So a common failure point in these Porsche Boxsters, 986, 987, I don't know about the 981, I just haven't looked that up. But I'll put it down in the comments if it affects the 981, is the ignition switch. This replacement ignition switch used to be available from Porsche. Now you have to use an Audi part for it. And there are two different part numbers depending on which year your vehicle is. And I'll put that down in the description below, so that way you can make sure you get the right one if you need to do this for your Boxster. You need a small jeweler's flat blade screwdriver. You need a flashlight of some sort. You can also, I used my cell phone. And you need the replacement part. Doing the repair is fairly easy. The only bad thing about it is it's very difficult to get under there. I found it easier to move my seat all the way back and get up under there. Some people enlist their wives or children to do it. But once you get under there, first thing you have to do is take out the HVAC ducting. It literally just pull it back and it comes right off. So once the ducting is off, you'll use your flashlight, look up under there, and you'll see a connector with a purple into it. It's kind of a hexagonal type shape. And you just pull that right off. It may take a little bit of force, but not too much. It should pull off pretty easily. Once you get that off, the next thing is you need to get your flat blade screwdriver. Now, this can be pretty tricky getting your arm up there in just the right angle, but there's a screw on the front of the ignition switch and on the back. And you want to loosen it, not take it out. You want to loosen it about halfway. If it has never been done on your car before, it'll be a little bit more difficult. If it's been done before, which most of these have been, if it's been done before, then it's not a hard job. You just unscrew it pretty easily. If it hasn't been done before, there's some Loctite on there that will help keep it from coming loose, but it also makes it a lot more difficult to get loose for you. For the screw that's in the front, that one was pretty easy, just putting your arm closer to the pedals. And the other one I found, if I put my head on the other side of the clutch. So the first one I had my head kind of by the gas pedal, and the other one I had it on the side of the clutch. And when I did the side of the clutch, I was able to get my arm back there. And it's a little hard to see, but having your head over there, you can see a little bit better, and you can actually kind of see the screw, which really does help. Once you've loosened that, the ignition switch just pulls right off. So if it doesn't pull right off, it should take almost no force to pull it off. So if it doesn't pull right off and you're trying to force it, more than likely you've still got a screw screwed in. So replacement is opposite of taking out. You're going to just take the new part and you put it back in, then you're going to tighten the screws. Once all the screws are tightened, both front and back, you'll use the same small flat blade screwdriver, and same kind of technique can help to get to that screw to make sure it's all the way tightened. Once you got that all the way tightened, the next thing is you need to take that wire that you pulled off at the beginning, the one with it's black in the front and the back part is purple. You take that and you put it back on. It only goes on one way, so if it's not going on, just kind of mess with it and turn it a little bit. Don't force it, because you'll bend your pins and then you just ruined your new ignition switch. So once you've got the whole ignition switch back connected, all the screws tightened, all that, you need to put that ducting back in. So it goes back in, just pushing it back on one side and then the other, just kind of like opposite of how you took it off. The one thing that is difficult is if you are not careful, you can bend some of the plastic, because it's just plastic ducting. So if you bend some of the plastic, it can become difficult to get it back on all the way, and then you'll notice that your HVAC, your heater and air conditioning doesn't come out as well. Once you've got that all the way back on, if you disconnected the battery, reconnect the battery, and you can enter the security code whenever you want, and then put your key in, turn the ignition switch, and it should turn very easily, and your car should start. If your car starts, you can run it for however long you want, or drive it, whatever you want to do. But I would recommend that you're somewhere where if something went wrong and you can't get the key out for whatever reason, that it's nicer to be at home, have your car in the garage, than to be out on the road. So once you start it, when you pull out the key should come out very easily. It should not be difficult, and that should be it. For me, it was night and day. Just the ease of it coming out, the locking mechanism goes on. The locking mechanism, the key was difficult to pull out, and then a lot of times I'd have to put the key back in to get it to relock. All that should be gone with the new ignition switch. The part only costs about anywhere from $10 to $30 depending on where you buy it. I just bought one for $10 from Amazon. The more expensive parts might last a little bit longer, but we'll find out that. This is something that you may have to do every about 5 years, because this part does wear out fairly regularly. The whole process took me about 15-20 minutes. The most difficult part is just getting in there. It's not that it's a hard job at all. It's quite an easy job. It's just there's no real space to get in there. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this helpful, and I hope that the footage was clear, because sometimes how-to videos are harder to get clear footage and you don't know until you edit it. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, we'd love to have you as a subscriber. We post videos on Porsches, Lamborghinis, all kinds of sports cars, whatever we can get our hands on, or manufacturers give us cool footage of. Thanks for watching. The only bad thing,